What's going on, everybody? Jared Leon here. Just going to make a quick trade recap from today. The only trade I took was CMRA, and as you can see here, it's multi-day breakout setting up. Um, Basically over 440. It's got some room to run. It did have news today. Got granted a patent. It's a lower flow, low market cap, trading decent volume on the day. Nothing compared to these first 2 days, but I thought we can get more of a solid push up at least to touch five and possibly get through five, and just didn't really quite get that. So I took my first trade here. I took a starter at 447, took 100 shares, another 100 shares here at 440. We got that instant drop back down to VWAP, and I just thought to myself, well, shit, okay, I mistimed that. Probably should just, it was getting close to that 5% mark where I want to just cut it. I don't want to take a loss bigger than 5%. And so I ended up just cutting it into this bounce into the 420s and took like a 30 something dollar loss. And then saw that it was holding and realized, I should have never probably sold. Um, and this is probably the area where I should be buying in the first place. So I tried to get 250 shares here at 422, only got filled 110, and kind of hesitated on getting the rest of my shares filled here in the 420s. And so I kind of just stuck with, I got 110 shares. If I get my 10%, that should put me green on the day, and that'll be it, whatever, and I'll just take that. And we ended up getting a solid push through high of day. I sold 50 shares at 475 and was trying to be really patient with the rest of them. We got up to into the low 490s here, and I really thought we were going to get that push up to five. And we got this really big dump here. And, knowing me, I always sell way too soon. Really just try to be patient. This ended up being, a lower high. We got another dump. Was still patient, and I ended up stopping out here. I had my stop at 437 because at that point I was like, if the breakout level fails after this, I'm thinking the play is probably going to be done. And yeah, I basically just stopped out dead bottom, and we did give a little bit of a push back into the 470s that I could have sold into, but it is what it is. And if I would have just taken this originally and just been patient, taking this dip here, and I would have had just over 15% to sell into. So I could have had a really nice trade here, but instead took this loss. Only got a partial fill. Decent sell here. 475. I really just wish this would have given me another opportunity. It is what it is. I tried to give it wiggle room. I tried to stick to my plan. Either way, if I was taking it here and had full size and I never took this loss, if I'm stopping out here at 437, it's still a win. It's still green, even though I'm just not getting the push that I really expected. So it is what it is. It did have decent volume here in this push, but overall, the volume really died off and failed to really come back in and continue to push this, through high of day. So that was basically it. Still on watch, still failing to break down. Possible previous high of day break or something like that going into Monday. We'll see how this plays out, but just kind of a weak breakout, and just mistimed it. If I just would have been a little bit more patient, I could have really nailed this and taken a really nice trade and took a solid 15%. But instead, was trying to make back my losses and was trying to, force a push into five when it clearly showed it was topping out. Volume was dying. I probably should have just sold it all, in this bounce here. I thought about it, but then again, it was those conflicting battles of I probably should be selling here. Volume's dying, but then I always sell too soon. There's still like 2 hours left of market until the market closes, and I really think that we can get a push to five, and that was my goal. So it is what it is. The key thing for me today was being patient with the initial trade. I never should have, I'm okay with taking the starter here at 447, but I never should have added, and I should have cut it right away when it was failing. And then I could have got, I would have taken a much smaller loss. I probably would have been a little bit more aggressive, trying to get my full 200, 250 shares here in the 420s, and then I could have had a nice 15% snipe. So I think that's what killed it for me. That's what killed the day and put me red. So, but then again, first 2 red days this week. Even last week, I never had a red day. So I'm happy with the 2 red days that I am having, both $5 red days. So I can't complain about that too much. Just got to be a little bit smarter with my entries and, take my profits when I have them. So that's it for me today. Those are just my thought process and the key lessons. I think that, what I did right and what I did wrong and what I need to do better going into next week if I want to have, stay consistent and keep these green weeks rolling. Still a green week for me this week. Just sat on my hands a lot. A little really sloppy trading yesterday and a little sloppy today, especially with this first initial trade. So just got to clean a few things up, and I'm looking good. Slowly getting consistent and getting better. So I just want to keep that going, keep that momentum going. And let's just have a great weekend, study up, relax, refresh the mind, and get ready for Monday. Actually, not Monday. I think Monday is off. We'll get ready for Tuesday. So I have a little bit of a long weekend this week. So maybe use that to your advantage. I know sometimes it sucks having a long weekend, but use it to your advantage. Prepare, study, and when Tuesday comes around, let's be ready to rock and roll, and let's crush it. So have a good weekend, guys. I'll talk to you guys Monday or Tuesday.